Every lecturer deserted me. They said, we don't want to work with this girl. She's not serious. We don't want to work with her. I had already given up, but God, He didn't give up on me.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Mchengeti show. I am so excited to have you guys back. It had been a minute and I am back with some more interesting real life stories that are going to encourage us to have a closer walk with God and also to just better ourselves in life. So before we go into the details of today's show, this show is sponsored by Tierra Marketing. Tierra Marketing is a company that is into detergents and water treatment chemicals. So for your detergents for home use and industrial use, please get a hold of them on the number displayed below. If you're not local, still get a hold of them and they will tell you how to go about things. So going back to today's show, for those who have my number, I have been posting that we are going to have ladies on the show. So today is the day. Initially, when we started this show, I had no reservation for ladies because I was not sure if ladies want to share their stories because, you know, ladies are sometimes reserved and, you know, all that. But I just thought maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's someone out there who wants to actually share their story. So today we are here with the first two ladies on the show. So I figured that guys could relate a lot because other guys were sharing. So today it's for us ladies. Let us sit back and listen. So what do you do when life gets hard in varsity? You know, no one really gets us ready or prepares us for varsity. After high school, you get into the rush of applying, and you apply, you get rejected, or you apply and you get accepted, and yay, you're going to varsity, but no one really tells you what to expect. Some say, okay, varsity is going to be hard, you've got to read, or you just have to hand in your assignments on time. But how about every other little thing? Most of us, we only find it when we're already in the situation. And sometimes we quit, sometimes we lose hope, but today I am here with my sister here who's going to help you to look up and know that God can give you an answer and help you finish. So my guest today, my very special guest, is Ropa. Ropa is my sister in Christ. We are also distant family. So I asked her last minute, and special thanks to her, guys. She was not feeling well, but she said, you know what, Beulah, I'm going to make it to your show. So she's here. She was actually earlier than me, so thank you so much for being here. And Ropa is, she just finished her engineering degree at NUST, and she's going to tell us all about it, how she went through it, and how the journey was for her. And I'm hoping that somebody is going to be encouraged, somebody out there, maybe a first year, maybe someone who's finishing, maybe someone who is in between who feels like giving up. I mean, I also need it, you know, I have also started over and over again, but she's going to show us that God is the key. So, Ropa, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm doing very well, and how are you? I'm very happy to be here speaking. Quite nervous, by the way, because I think this is my first time to be like on cameras, guys. So, but I'm very happy to be sharing my story with you all, and I'm fine. Thank you, and thank you for inviting me. This is I didn't expect this, and I never dreamt about it. But well, this is God's way.
Yes,
Yeah,
God's
exactly.
way. So, when did you start your varsity?
Okay, I'll just give a little brief intro of my journey in university. So like I started in 2016. Well, it was not really like the degree I wanted to do or the university I wanted to do. But then my parents encouraged me just to apply at one local university because I was very sure that I was going to get a scholarship to study in China or want to study at Wits. So I had applied, and then when I came to NUST, I just applied for the sake that my parents want me to apply at a university in Zimbabwe. So I applied. I just didn't even know the name of the degree that I was applying into or what I was getting into. I started to learn about it when I was now in class. And then, but it was God's way, because now when I look back at everything that I've been through, my life, my spiritual journey, because I really believe that I started to become serious with worshiping God, serious with my spiritual life and growing in Christ, going out missionary, evangelizing when I was now at NAST. After I met this guy, he was my brother, like initially from Gweru, and then I met him. He was in his part final, Walter Patrick Nkomo. Yes, Walter Patrick Nkomo. He was in his part final, and I was just starting part one. And it was like, you, Inshona, urimfana wangu. I will make sure you have to come to campus churches every day, every single day. And then that just helped me in my first year to blend in with the science, come to school, come to church, and make sure that my life with Christ is a little bit straightened up.
Okay.
Exactly.
Wow. So, again, when did you start your varsity? Which year was that?
2016.
2016.
Yes.
And you said that it wasn't something that you wanted to do, but you were studying sciences, obviously.
Yes.
So, like, I know with sciences you can choose anything. Okay, wow. So you going into varsity, were you staying here in Bulawayo, or it was you in Gweru at the time when you applied and got a place?
All right, I was staying in Gweru.
Okay.
Yes, I was staying in Gweru. Yes.
Then because of varsity, then you moved here.
I had to move here in Bulawayo. Yes, exactly.
Okay. And then at least you got a brother who, you know, took you under his shoulder. So, what challenges did you meet? Let's say from your first year, what challenges did you meet?
All right, like as I was coming my first year, you know, like before you come to school, a lot of people will be telling you stories, right? So like I had those friends of mine who were already in other universities. They'll be telling me, hey, you're not going to be dressing like that when you're in varsity. People will laugh at you. People will actually laugh at you. You can't wear long skirts at varsity. You can't do this at varsity. You can't do this. So you just go there with a lot of do's and don'ts of varsity. And you're now almost already overwhelmed when you're there. So I remember when I got there, like my first days, because like before the Monday, the Sunday, the very first Sunday, that's when I met Walter. And when I met Walter, Walter invited me to a campus fellowship, a fellowship on campus. It was called Upper Room. So when I went there on Monday on campus fellowship, when I went there, I saw a lot of sisters. They're dressing well. They're really good. And it was like, so what are those people telling me about? And then I started to see, no, there are a lot of people, different people with the different cultures. And I actually noticed that you have to choose what you want to become. It's either you grow in your faith or you grow in the world. Whatever you choose, that's what you're going to become. So it really helped me because I actually had a group of people to fellowship with. There were a lot of brothers that I actually became friends with, and a lot of them are still in touch even up to this day.
That's
exactly,
nice.
yes,
That's nice.
exactly.
So when you started your first year, Walter was on which year?
He was in his final year.
Final year.
Yes, there was Walter and there was also Ngovizita Duve, but we used to call him Bra ND.
Okay.
Yes, and then there was also Sister Lois. Those were the three. And also there was this brother, Tinei Maburute. Those were the part finals, yes.
I think I know brother.
Exactly.
Tinei. So what happened after that they left? You were now in your second year. Had you made enough friends to be grounded? You know, because the people that you hang out with are who you become.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so what happened is like, I really want to appreciate these guys, especially for what they did for our Nest on Campus Fellowship, because they actually gave us this culture that you have to check on your brother. You are your brother's keeper. So, you know, like when you're part ones, a lot of things, finances are really difficult. And a lot of people go astray because the finances that they're given at home, it's not enough. So what they did, they created this culture where they would always help you out. They buy you food, they'll buy you lunch. Because like they were from attachment, you know, they had money.
Yes,
so they'd always take all of us, all the part ones, the part twos, they'd buy us lunch. If you have any problem, they'll say, share your problem. What are you sharing? Do you have problems where you're residing? Do you have problem with fees? Do you have problem with that? And they'd always try to help, not only the spiritual side, but also on the physical side. And also, like, when we started our part one, we had a lot of people, like, I think we were around 6 or 7 part ones. I still remember there was Rumbi, there was this girl called Natasha, there was Patience, there was Christabel, there was Clemens, there was Kuzi. I no longer remember like all of them, but we became like a very good group,
Yes, and
right?
you became a
Yes,
family
we became a
sort of.
family.
Yes.
So when we were now part twos, we're now like the elder sisters to the part ones.
Okay.
So like,
it
yes, it
continues.
just continued. Yes, exactly.
I see. Okay, so now coming back to your school life, when did you start having to meet challenges? By the way, for maybe you guys may be wondering why I'm asking her this. So Ropa told me just earlier on that she did her final year 3 times.
Exactly.
3 times, guys. So I know some people, when you do it the first time and you fail, some people will be like, this is not for me. Some people 2 times, you'll be like, no. But she also went through all that. But then she had to find God. God had to help her through it. So that's why I'm asking her, when she started to meet challenges in her degree, was it the first year, second year?
All right. What I can say, in my first year, I remember I carried a subject that was drawing. Like I was not really good at drawing, so I really carried it to the next year because like at NAST they have only 1 enrollment per year. So if you fail something this semester, you have to wait until the next semester comes, which is the next year. They do not have 2 semesters like per year. It will be like 1. So you have to wait next year. So, but then school life was good. I would balance. I was passing first semester, first year, second year, third year, fourth year. Everything was going well. Third year, yes, everything was going well. And fourth year, even when I came back for my 5th year, first semester, things were doing quite right. But then on my final semester, in my final year, which is my 5th year, like I actually faced more of a spiritual attack than it was a physical attack. Cause like during those days, like you always come across, I usually came across it during all those years. And sometimes I would even go into the exam room without reading. Right. But one thing I would always converse, I would tell my friends and even my classmates, I'll tell them that as long as I get to write, I'm going to pass.
Yes.
I'm not going to fail and I'm not going to carry. So that was my statement all along. But I don't know where I lost it, like my final semester. I don't know where I lost it. I became so afraid. I became very afraid that my project was not coming up well. I became afraid that I was not having a good prototype. I became afraid, and the more I tried to read, the more I felt very like weak in my spirit. I couldn't even read because most of the time I take a book to read, I fall asleep. Even if it is in the afternoon, even if it is in the morning, whatever time it is.
You'd fall asleep.
Yes, whenever I tried to pray, I would fall asleep. It was like an attack. Yes,
attack,
exactly. It started like on my, like whenever I tried to listen to a tap, I tried to read the Bible, I tried to do anything that has to do with development personally as a person. It would always drain my power. And also, a lot of people, due to what was happening to me, a lot of people started terming me as an unserious person, as a person who's playful.
Okay. But
yes,
they didn't understand
exactly.
what exactly was going on.
Exactly, they didn't understand what I was going through, and nobody could understand that.
Even if you explain.
Even if you explain. How can you explain that I'm trying to read and I'm failing, I'm falling asleep?
Yeah. Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. How can you explain that when you're writing something, just to type a single page, you just take more than the whole 24 hours? And then the supervisors will be thinking that, so unserious. And then they tried to help out. I really appreciate them. They really tried their best to reach out to me, but it was to no avail.
Okay.
Exactly.
So how then did you manage to actually pass the 3rd time that you had tried to do your last year, your 5th year?
Okay, so what I can say is like God, right? It was actually after the first time, the first time people understand you. And when you do it the second time, people now is like, this girl is not serious. They now just abandon you. Everybody abandoned you. Everybody, there's no one else. Like all the judges is saying, this girl isn't serious. There were even times when my dad had already given up on me.
How did it work on you? You seeing your classmates graduate and you remaining behind. Then the second time again, they graduate and you remain behind. How was that for you?
There's that feeling where you just get when you tell your family. Like the first time it was easier because I just saw that, man, I can't do this. And I made peace with myself, I'm going to defer. Because the first time it was a deferring, yes. The first time it was a deferring. And I made peace with myself, I'm going to defer. And I told guys, guys, I'm sorry, I can't do this. I'll have to do this again next year because I'm deferring. I can't cope up. And also, we're having some challenges at home because like my sister became sick. And she was very, very sick. And one was doing most of the taking care of her. Yeah, and because a lot of people were busy. So I just made peace with myself. These are the challenges. I can do it. Let me just wait until next year. And then when next year came, like it just started happening again. You try, you do this. And also like God would always give me like these people who were so, like they were very supportive. And also on the finance part, the first part, I didn't really face a lot of challenges because my fees had been paid last year and I deferred. So I just had to top a little bit of fees. So it was not really a lot of challenges because most of the fees was just being transferred to the next semester.
Okay.
Yes. Then comes now the third time. The third time, I had already given up on myself. Personally, I'd given up. I now had low self-esteem. I thought, no, this degree is not for me. Yes, the school is not for me. I'm tired. I'm down. I don't want to do it anymore. And people started encouraging me. Some would encourage me. Some were even giving me advice. Hey, don't give up, don't this. I'm like, man, you're not in my shoes. You don't understand.
Yes, you don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I would say in my heart. And be like, okay, all right, I'm fine. I just agree with them. But then I was just giving up. Yes. And then it came to an issue where even those people who were close to you, they start telling you that you're a failure. You amount to nothing in life. You have done this, you have failed. Lecturers, they give up on you. They say, you're not serious. You are a failure.
Times, yeah.
Yes, we don't know what you're doing. And then some people that you're looking up to, like your parents, your guidance, up to comfort, they've given up. You're not serious. And it came to that point where I was like, God, I'm now alone in this situation. It's just me and you, and I'm tired. I'm leaving this. But then God started to raise new people in life who could help you. Yeah, He raised my sister. She called me. She shouted at me, but in a like constructive criticism way. So what do you think you're going to be? Do you think you have anyone? If you don't take charge of your life, who's going to do it for you? Right? And then she started taking sense. And then I was like, yeah, you're taking sense, but I was engulfed with fear, enveloped with fear. I was full of depression. Like, you start to become depressed. And like, whatever, my life started taking a turn that was to the negative. Everything was no longer working. And I was like, God, I don't know what to do about this. Until everyone started telling me that, we know you don't even want to do the school. You're wasting our times. Even some people had promised me money. And then he brought my supervisor, Professor Dr. S. Tinyadongo. I really value that woman. She was mightily used of God. She came, she encouraged me. Ropa, you can do this. Ropa, start again. Ropa, everyone is there. They have your back. You can start again. And then I went to school. I went to register. Then when I went, I did all the processes, the papers. Now then, I have to now come to face finances. A lot of people had promised that they would finance my school. But when it comes to me asking them, hey, you told me you'll give me this amount of money. Can you please give me? I now have to register. Registration is closing in the next 7 days. I'll give you. Then this one, I'll give you. Until almost the last date. And I was like, God, this isn't working. I know it's you who brought me back here. You didn't bring me back here so that I could fail to pay my fees. I'm not working. I don't have a job, and I don't have anyone to look to for finances. God, please do a way, make a miracle. And I don't know, out of the blue, someone very close to me just called and said, you know what? I have sent you this amount of money. She sent me $200. And I already had another $200. So I took that money and I went and deposited into my fees, and my fees were covered. And that was a testimony on its own. And I was like, oh, God, fine. Thank you so much for providing my fees. And now we have to do the work. What did you pay to do? Yeah. That thing that I've been running away from all the while is now facing me. And now I started to do the work. My first chapter, it was amazing. It was not a problem. I read my chapter within a week, and I met the deadline. My supervisor was happy. Okay, now I was faced with who supervised me. Every lecturer deserted me. They said, we don't want to work with this girl.
Yeah.
She's not serious.
Yeah.
We don't want to work with her. And then this professor, Dr. Nyano, she just came from now, said, I'm going to supervise her. She was not even asked. She just came and said, I didn't even ask her. She was like, this one I'm going to supervise her. And I was like, oh, God, thank you. This is another milestone. And then now it was now working. I would send a chapter 1, chapter 2, it was working. Now let's come to chapter 3. It started. You know, I could try to do work, it was not moving. Chapter 3, it was hard. Chapter 4, then coming to the prototype, things were no longer moving. And even those who came in, I tried to look for a few friends to help me. Guys, let's work on this project. They were like, Ropa, what you doing? Okay, fine, let's help you work on this project. Then they helped me. Then they started to be attacked. Financially, they started to be attacked, even like in their home setup. Until like one of my friends, he said, you see what? This thing is under attack. I have 2 decisions, either to move out or to continue. I'll pray and see what I'll do. Yes, because like everyone was trying to help you was now being attacked. Exactly. You yourself, you're under attack. Everyone that is trying to help you, they are now under attack. And then Taro Pafa as well, like he really stood by me. He helped me like during this project. Everything. He helped me. He would always say, Ropa, like, please go and do this and this and this. When I want to go and do that, I would sleep. You know, like somebody was coming in to help you. You're not even paying them anything.
Yeah.
They are taking their time. They've lost a lot of opportunities and projects because they are working on your own project. And then you're not putting in the amount of work.
Yes.
And yeah, it was very difficult. But I just thank God because there was a moment in time I realized that, man, no, this is an attack. I took call a lot of pastors. There was this day I tried to work. I did this. I prayed. I felt a lot of resistance during my prayer. I don't remember how long I prayed. And then I called a lot of pastors like nationwide. Please, can you pray for me? I'm doing this. I'm facing this resistance. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do anymore. And then when they prayed, they all just responded, we're praying for you. We hope you, sister, you're going to make it. We're going to pray. We're going to pray. And those pastors, they really helped me during that prayer. And I really felt a breakthrough. And when I woke up to spilling myself accidentally, boiling water over my body. And then I was supposed to go to church. And then I was like, man, this is the devil. And I was like, God, I don't know what to do, but this is what has happened. And that same thing, it happened almost the same time 3 years ago. It actually happened again. And I said, God, I'm refusing any bans. And I went to church. I gave a testimony. God, I didn't get banned. And I told them, yes, exactly. I gave and I even told the pastors, this is what happened. And then I had a dream where I was being prayed for by Pastor Ngwenya, and they started vomiting things in the dream. And then I went back and I told them, and he said, no, don't worry, this thing is already done. And I'll tell you the truth, I don't know how the project was finished, but it managed to come up. I managed to come up with even a prototype, and everything was working, and I even got a distinction.
Ooh,
and
okay.
Yeah, exactly. And when I look at it back through, I just see that this was the hand of God.
Yeah.
Yes,
it was God.
I had already given up,
Yes.
but God, He didn't give up on me. Yes. A lot of times, this might not be school. There might be some other things that you're struggling to do. But when you go and look and tell God, God, I've done my best, but my best is nothing. Yeah. We now need you to come and take the wheel. He'll come and take the wheel, and He'll give you something. And when you look back, you smile. You know, when I look back at my project, I got a distinction. I always smile. I'll be like, okay, fine. So this is what the devil was fighting.
Yes.
He knew that there was something big that was coming out, and he would fight it and fight it and fight it. Yeah. But if you give up, then it means you're making the devil smile. I almost gave up. I made the devil smile at one time and point, but I didn't allow him to have a permanent victory in my life. So up to you guys. You might be facing some things. It might be health-wise. It might be marital. It might be financial. It might not even be academical. You know what you're facing. You know what you have tried over and over again, and it seems like it's not working. You have fasted, you have prayed, you have even been prayed for by even, like, some people came before you in the prayer line, they prayed and they came out with a testimony. You go in, you pray for, and it seems like nothing is working. Brother Branham preached a sermon, be certain of God. The times when you have to be certain that, God, even if nothing comes out of this, I know you're still God and I still worship you. So like that is what happened to my,
Wow.
yeah, it was a traumatic experience that came out with, yes, exactly. Exactly.
And she managed to just quickly squeeze everything in there. Guys,
Yeah,
you guys
exactly.
heard for yourself. For yourselves, if one of you is going through, academic or anything,
Exactly.
God is there for you. There's a time where people give up on you, but no, I can. But there's a time where you give up on yourself. And
exactly.
that is
yes.
that is when we need God. So guys, God is there to give us more chances.
Exactly.
Ropa was not just given a second chance, but a third chance.
And he didn't give up on me. Yes, exactly.
God never gave up on us. And
Exactly.
today, engineer man distinction. You see, Peter Komwari. So
Exactly.
guys, let's hold on. In that I was really helped because I am that one person also who, if I try something, it doesn't work, I might leave. It's nasty. I can
Yes,
take it.
exactly.
Life happened. But najo one encouragement. So guys, I hope this really helped you. And Ropa, thank you so much.
Oh,
For
okay,
being
guys.
the very first lady.
Okay, guys, I didn't expect this. Okay. Can you please just thank him for me in the comment section?
I'm hoping you're going to like it.
Okay.
It's just something small.
Okay.
And it's just for you.
Guys, I can't even wait to open it.
So guys, thank you so much.
Yes.
We are going to see you in the next video. If you guys want help or anything, just go to your pastors, they will help you more. And if you need to re-listen to this video to get strength, do so. And God will help you. Remember, God is the key and the only key.
Yes.
Bye guys. Thank you so much.
Yes,
thank you,
thank
Ropa.
you so much.
Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Look